Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to jump into some Happy the Man. Happy the Man, Happy the Man. Welcome back. I hope that you're doing well and having a great day out there. Today we are listening to Happy the Man. We're going to listen to this track, Ibby. This is off of their studio album, Crafty Hands, released in 1978. We're listening to this track because it was sponsored and suggested by Ayumu. So Ayumu, thank you so much for the suggestion and of course for the support. I also see that this was suggested by Civilian 8697, Prague Queen, Tin Top, Jean Leonard, I cannot read, and Wendell Wiggins. So thank you guys so much. Now, a long time ago, we had listened to Nibit Nymph from the band. Gotta be honest, I do not remember it right off the top of my head, but we listened to it. So while this won't be exactly our first exposure to the band, it's, basically second exposure. So let's go ahead and listen to the track. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Ibby it is. Here we go. Follow the bass. Those quick grills. It's a cool mellow sound. I like that. And it feels spacey a little bit. I love that spacey way that the guitar comes in. Or synth, maybe. Probably synth. This is cool though. I like these kind of passages right here. Just sit with it. That feels great. Good drum fill. That was a good drum fill. Adding power and weight to that. Love the synth back here too. This whole middle section, I think is incredible. I love the sound of it. It sounds like listening to a space garden grow. Just gently pulsing. This is just a cool soundscape. I just love the way the synths and the strings sound. And the guitar, of course. Fun sound. There's a swing. I love the back and forth in this rhythm between these big wavy swings and then speeds up. And it gets heavier there. That's good weight. Okay, Happy the Man. You got crafty hands on this one. On the first part of the track, it's very much a more progressive structure when it comes to the time signatures and the way that everything's matched up. And I was a little worried, if I'm gonna be honest. I was a little worried at the beginning because, it keeps on changing. It's kind of flittering this way, then it zigzags this way, then I'm dizzy, but we're going back this way. There's a lot to take in, especially on a first listen on the first part of this track. On the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so, right? It's a test. Some would say it's a complicated game. But then we get to the second part of this track, and now I'm loving it. First of all, I love the more melodic kind of side of the band and of this piece of music here. I love that very spacey kind of prog sound that we have, especially when it comes to the synths and the guitars. So on the guitar, or I should say guitars, Stanley Whitaker, 6 and 12 string guitars, okay? Then you're going to have two people who are handling the pianos, synths, etc. Frank Wyatt and then Kit Watkins. Both of them together they're probably kind of that big backing force because you have two keyboardists creating that big ambience, these spacey sounds, the synths that are constantly whizzing by and just producing these really fun moments in the music that sound like fun, spacey, cosmic, melodically light. It's a really nice glow in the music. And then with Stanley Whitaker, his guitar playing, I thought was really, really nice, especially when you can hear him like in the beginning. So in the first 2 minutes, it kind of, for a little bit, went back and forth between those more complicated sections, and then would ease up before that easing up became kind of the rest of the song, the remnant. And in those moments when he's playing the guitar, I like the moments where I always say it's like a little guitar fill when he kind of picks the strings very quickly in individual succession, like bung dun 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 bung dun 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 dun. And I like how that melody came back. That particular motif came back in the end in a very, very big way. It just made this instrumental piece of music very catchy, which I always say I think it's kind of hard to make an instrumental piece of music that's catchy, because songs with vocals can be catchy easier because they have vocals, and it's something that as humans, we're attracted to the human voice in a different way than we would be attracted to a non-human voice, such as through piano, saxophone, and that kind of thing. So I just think that even though melody is going to be attractive to us, no matter what or who is performing it, to have an instrumental piece, capturing us in a catchy way, I think is absolutely sensational. But really, really love those big climaxes there at the end. That was just wonderful to listen to. The drumming was great. I love some of those drum fills. There's one drum fill I mentioned during it that just went off very, very hard in the space. And then when it brought back the music, you're riding that wave. So this was a really fantastic track. I enjoyed listening to this one. Ayumu, thank you so much for the suggestion, and of course for the support as well. Please let me know what you all thought of this in the comments down below. You can follow me in a bunch of places. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow. I'll see you all later. Bye.